na odi wo fidie na to na 2 TV na also otumi ehuni ekoso ewo man Ghana Africa bibimem ene ewiase afa na enyina sa dwumedie we ubetumi de wani edi akiri ewo abefo kwanso ewo YouTube ne Facebook obo na 2 TV GHR ade a also obetumi ehuni ekoso ufa wo phone ufa wo laptop ufa wo ada gadgeta ade a obetumi ene atwetwe nkomo afa sa dwumedie ni so mre konenim kakra am say na ebetumi apeke phone calls kakra production mama tia say ebetumi afa course kakra no ntino ye be yire ye ho na ye no mo amam kwan na mo so ma kire madwene afa nsem a ebedi ho nkomo ene enumre me fa nchi akese pa ma mpanifo ewo the Great Trouble constituency Miami member of parliament and constituency executives, electoral area coordinators, council of patrons, council of elders, polling station executives, any other volunteer groups are more sa mpesuano so nchakese pa ena mede emma mo minsan fank nchakese pa emma the former president his excellency Nana Adodankwa akufo-addo ena afeso Miami boss honorable Kennedy ohini Agyapong ene enumre ye chia papa na on the honorable Kennedy ohini Agyapong note no say Easter year twemu ya na me ye nyina ye belated happy Easter migiri se ye nyina ye gigi ye ni kakra na ye lucky se ye radi Yesu Kristo wasori free awufunum de na chese enyema na ewu ewo ya brabom nyina no wode wonyane no de amaye a migiri se ebeboa ye nyina bebre nti yeda otwedi ampon Nyankopon ase papa Easter no Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Eyere ho edi papa. Na honorable Kennedy ohine Agyapong ede nenimonyam ekopie wo Adabraka emse Calvary Methodist Church na ahomika papa ede be obepie bia na enipa ebo se nti papa ekopie ewo eye Adabraka Calvary Methodist Church ema one wo mu edi nkomo kakra na nkomo no betwa ehunfoni edi akyerewo okansem bebre ewo nkomonum anase nkomodienum enoti mema yakotie nsem a ode tu dwa no nsem a ehwam nsem a ede na nkrofo dodo na abo nsem ede ama honorable Ken ohini Agyapong se wakase yi na ene issue a yebedi ehun enkomo makachire moda mamamu analysis before me madwene no enye sa se 100% but me madwene no se nyame ma wonyansa omonim de a otumi etrase ekeka nyamasi ani na wadwene ana ayewo se aha na asem no eko you may disagree but mamamu some examples about your current president His Excellency John Dramani Mahama nisem bia wakeka in the past ene obedi omampani enyeme bia woye enti se unya obi a uyare erefre anasa uye 3 days a ubetumi ehun baabi a amambo no eden eko ene anamontu a otunu baabi a bekọ akoyeden anasa ne puma sibre me mamuti ase in the past during the campaign period say utie ye mampani then candidate Mahama utie ni nkomodia me madwene mu no eye me say he's up to something. There's something nene say ni 4 years na oba bedi na or pese obedi no onu anim say 4 years no enye enough for him to make any significant impact, even though 4-year mandate no eye constitutionally requirement and as a constitutional requirement. Say a true abamo mampeni bi o wonfie nan obone homode a ya to aso enya by force say ma wonfie nan a chinchina na wo to aso you will be judged by your performance in the first term. Enti eye 2016 ye mampeni then oluzu abato na all pay the second term wanya no na emremu no aka ne mfie nan pe nti opreya so obenya mfie na nyame adom na Ghana for the mfie nan no amano but utie nsem o kan ye opposition na Or no, I said the first 4 years na the man na OD 4 years no. Or no feel say na dwen say and say the whole thing seems to be say afen OD ni 4 years into obey here another 4 years account. Na say obey here another 4 years account one, it's a matter of constitution. E dey say no, as say sister constitution no. Goes on to me yeku. Pacho muntie ni ye. Ni nyema ni nsemo okan ye in opposition. Any nyama what shall say here as a president. You may disagree with me, but that's my view. Say in some more kind, ebini say the judiciary no. As I say, NDC for omo so omo ye lawyer for ni ade ade omo preko eye judiciary num for what purpose? In opposition, Osai kasa efa eye the current chief justice was suspended no eye mame Gertrude Saki Tokonu ya suspended no me no kase se wonte ya enti no and someone papa yi kan ye in opposition nyina like I've told you before no e pointed towards one direction say ye man pani de only the judiciary na e wo ho no ni titiri ene ni oda no eye mame Tokonu no ode na nya adwene nya ya ka ye nyina mfiri ho nipa okose petitioners nachi omo tro say omo de bro mampani say mampani yi ma me fi ho no omo wo anase omo ko se omachi say omo tro petition ni ade ye ni sa evidence ni ntia no kwa de ye fanto nchen. But that's what we are hearing say certain aban penifo bi hihye nkrofo bi agi so omo fa petition ba. And even what we are hearing is that time I say ye the petition aba against Mame Tokonu no Chief Justice Tokonu no na petition bi akwa ni ho. Mame no ebisa ye say opeso who the content of the petition no, that's alleged. And sana whatever happened. And also you fan tunche, that's not a substantive matter. Now me pesa wo ti ase ni say your man Penny is on record to have encouraged NDC people to be at the judiciary. That's number one. Your man Penny now, he is on record to have said 4 years ain't enough for any president to do any meaningful job for Ghana. Your man Penny is on record to have said there is problem with the judiciary. In some years, Inti so oba na se processes are leading to say ye pamu judiciary penny na enka bibi nkyerɛw enka bibi nkyerɛw Bible say ye ma ye ni na wo say abo onwo enye say woni memu keke. You have to analyze things to be able to get a direction of a particular event, say act or exercise. To wakasa nsem wo nyina fa judiciary ho. Any one term ain't enough for him and any other president, according to his gospel, no, to be able to change the face of this country. So, wabay, Crophobia petition no say, oh, ye ma meaning free ho. That is the process. Na, babia and komodie no akodru no akodu se menemu kasei. Ye man Penny, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Wawo Mame Gertrude Saki Tokonu, awonu konsan, wa suspending. Na ensem bebre de akire na eba, wa suspending Mame no. Ye mu be we are not surprised at all because makachemu during the campaign period me analysis ne de chiremu eno na ebobo eba no. It is a we are surprised and not just say you didn't follow. We are surprised and not just a papa ne kasa no your man Penny now then candidate no ni sem na no can you couldn't even analyze it and draw your own conclusion. Ye mu be there yes sir. Or your man Penny emra wo ho so de be ye adwuma. We have morality and we have legality. I know there em say ye nuanum lawyers no and one day so mba hombra no mba cheche morality and legality. O hwe screen ni so a eye communication e free eye the presidency aba. O say President Mahama suspends Chief Justice after setting up committee to probe petitions and what they mpanimfo bi edin aba na mpanimfo na ye di omudin aba as members of the committee no Justice Gabriel Scott Puaman, or Justice of the Supreme Court Justice Samuel Kwame Adibu Asiedu, Justice of the Supreme Court Daniel Yao Domelovo, former Auditor General. Sa Auditor General na do abreso ne won semba ye ni age say we si we twantro ne sa nyamanyama nti ye yi no edi free ho no. Sa papa na nani abre a odwa eye former president ne mpanimfo no oka committee we hu bi. You should understand why. Major eye Flora Bazwanura Mufanchemi Dalugo onusu ye Ghana Armed Forces. Yes, onusu eye member. Professor James Sefa Jisa Association another associate professor University of Ghana. Some penimfoi ena ye man penin John Dramani Mahama His Excellency afa o mu se wo mu no mba be hwehwe ma me Justice the Chief Justice Saki Tokonu ninsem num se ampa ye manu nkofie anase ma ye manu nkofie na nkrofo bi de abeto social media se wo ma ye a background step anase study search pa about these 5 people are ye man penny afa wo mu as committee members and I make an eboboba wo se wonyina obi so kire say wache. People have dug into the backgrounds of these people. Yenyina ye wo school near your politics. And sorry crank for your politics. Nkomo a obi ni obi adi e wo dwuma mu kra be kire oba bia nipa no wo. So you cannot hide it. So those who claim they have done study about a nipa and you know president e yo mo so mo tran sa asem isu no ye de nkrofo de omo political background no abetudwa. Me gidi say wo so wanya bi wo social media. And the communication a free presidency abanon. Na de yare hu e wa semnum krapo ni se. Odofo eye BBC ye nyina ye nim BBC eso e de abetudwa story no e that screen no say chief justices in Ghana can only be removed from office on a few grounds which include incompetence and misbehavior. So why has Ghana's president suspended the country's Supreme Court Chief Justice? A move that marks a first in the country's history. Omubisa say ni ACB afena sade we BSC wo man Ghana da no de me Chief Justice in the picture. They are to Ghana Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu suspended by president. Say manager say Chief Justice Ebetune Yinefio only on grounds of misbehavior and incompetence. Enti almost hwe asem num I establish a prima facie case against the woman which misbehavior and which act of incompetence and a man president de gina so e suspend ma me no. E ya asem sebe ye ne a lawyer se be kasa na numere pa na wo ma kire ye insem num baby a free any baby a kwakusie. Now that is the substantive topic ye bedi ehun komo ene enumre. Orofo eye Easter Monday Christopher worldwide ye di eye Easter ye shefa na ye kai ye Yesu Kristo se owu san sore ye na ni holiday ye jijiji ni ye kunkum kuko ni mpunchi ni nantwie se be abusuan ne namfo ye benya bibi kakra nom ne adi yanti asem de se Christopher nyina eye Catholic Roman fo omosofo pon omosofo pani eye Pope Francis na wadane neni ahweban je se wa ye nya media nche bia some few months ebeto dwa ye kan wasem kra wa se na ne ho dododo no kakra wa ye nyame edia eye Easter Monday no na eyareho sem na sa papa enya baby call ye no immediately according to the Roman Catholic for omo no say within I think between 20 to 25 days say omutumi eye conclave no mu yi a new pope na me interest as a Ghanaian ne say wo hwe enkrofo a omudin apop up production say mutumi nya eye Cardinal Peter Kojo apia texting mutumi nya ne picture de two screen so mamiaka ebe me de papa sa papa yi eye Cardinal penimu pa a Ghana obi ebu no wiase afa na nyina okasa eto asum sebi on kasa te se ebimu on mankofo enko chinchim no se kona ko kase ye beto abanti kona ko kase je we she botom na ko kase dabi apia texting de on tesa na okasa about global issues climate change ya abai wakekeke bia ma ya bobo nsema ma na wiase peace asundwe a ebeba wiase odanutum nkofo tie na oyobi a osan eben eye Pope Francis pa dodo na kasa na oni eye Roman fo bebredi nkomo a eyade a komu nyaaya kapapai anka ombeye Pope eye Roman fo wiase afo na nyina omu sofo pon esa ne sese wo hwe history na utu ze dru Asia fo ene Africa fo so na Africa no ni oginemu dendenden pa nyame ya admo obetumi anya ye bom pa ye se obenya because ye Ghana fo no ene eye Cardinal Peter Kojo apia taxi osofo pon pa ebuo ewo ne ho na over few years ni ohwe Catholic asum no eyade enyini wo Africa papa Catholic sum no eyade ekọ nanim ewo Africa figures no ewo statistics no ewo ho enti other people are thinking say Roman and as a Catholic asum no enyini wo Africa na ekọ nanim no nke be hia say nke ye wo obi a wonyini edu sam pempenso na say wasum Catholic no edu sam pempenso na wo free Ghana no ke se fata se ye de be ma no na ase blacks no na say nipa tuntumfo no ase ye nkran na yetumi adom ye Roma esum no na dodo na san be den abeka ho enti argument a ekoso ewo Catholic mpenifo no bebre tem no ewo across the world no ene se anka eye Cardinal apia texting kanimre enie nanso he is facing stiff competition from other people from Asia and even Italy wa papa ba ko mo bon de omo so ono de nanka eye Pope Francis etua na watenem ono so agina okono no a ye hwe a ye bompaye se Ghana fo nyina na bibi man nyina e de mpaye bo betai eye Cardinal apia texting echi na watumi abeye Pope for the first time in our lifetime ne enso ye hu se bibini tuntum se bi ono so be di Pope amana ye aye a osan ye Ghana ni na je se be bia aye den ewu enti me menya Catholic ni de na emum me ko Catholic school enti menya Catholic hono emfaso obi oti ase aha se menya ho mfasookrapo na oye Ghana ni enti muma ye nyina ye mfa ya no ntum na ye beda be sore no nanka ya ye apia texting Cardinal the Pope of the Catholic Church na ye nyina ye ni agi odi mfie edo wotwe enwotwe 88 years na odomankuma eto ninsa ede friend no eno ti ye be share ninso that is the story about the Catholics the Catholic adamphobia ono de o shase bompa papa eka ba bia no shase bompa esenka emra eye Africa ene Ghana mem eno ti ebe hye ninso na me komanim no eye boku conflict no ye asenke yensa beka afanunu bi afanunu nyina reps na ka ye ne o matwetwe nkomo yade a o majatum se o mbey asumdwe beba ne ade ntinanka efe but yantumi anya baako enti yempese ye ne baako bekasa na baako no enka ho say network no wosoro no challenging kakra ntino ye behwe say the next show no yɛde ɔmo ɛbɛba anase ɛne ɔmo bɛto ahoma no so ne ɛne ɔmo akasa ɔmo nyinaa ne yɛfɛ ne sɛ ɔmo nyinaa sɛ Honorable Kennedy ɔnyina Agyapong ne statement ɔde ba ya ɔkɔlo for asundue sɛ ɛbɛba ɛsoro hɔ no ɔmo nyinaa atie no asopem a ɔmo ne youth groups ɛkasa ɛfa nsɛm a Honorable Kennedy ɔnyina Agyapong de ato dwa na asɛm baako a ɔmo kan ya ɛyɛ me de na ɛyɛ me fɛ paa ne sɛ Honorable ɛbɔ apro some time ago so obey president no na say flag bearer no oba ho baabi odinsem to dwa ma omu tie bi o TV so ni radio no say o di bibia ye fe no northern industrialization agenda na eba na ye ni omu di nkomo no omu ka say northern industrialization agenda yi ebeba na say the Boku side of the north no kontokwa there's no way they can benefit from it eno is enough for them to stop the battle, smoke the peace pipe, live as brothers and sisters, and then development can come to that part of the country. And next week, see, and second afternoon na yani omo edi enkomo. Na way ena His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ode na no disem atudwa efa eye Boku conflict no ho efa Boku conflict no ho enunti production in semwa ye mampani kan ye wo emra ko hu ahemfo no wo Boku no mesre se obema ahwefo so atie na omahu ne ekoso ne yasan ba biom well say okay no Aye Omampeni current president His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the Nsembi etuja aye Mahama on Boku conflict
the damaging allegations
production
leveled against members of the Mahama administration, some of which have led to criminal convictions and others are still being prosecuted in court. In spite of scrutiny by credible public institutions of virtually all these.
Not sit in Accra and invite him. I have to come in and let him in advance that an invitation like that will come. In my last briefing with akufo-addo before he left office, he briefed me about some mediation efforts that they were undertaking. I wish to be able to discuss it with him and see how we can continue that effort. I know that he and the late Agyapong and Otumfuo were the ones who solved the Dagon problem. Nanado gave me a hint that Otumfuo has been playing some role. And so I'm supposed to be with Otumfuo on the 19th of this month. So when I go, it's one of the issues I'll discuss with him. And whatever comes out of it, I will inform my father. So I thank him very much and I wish him good health. May God continue to give him long life so that he will stay to look after us. Not sit in Accra and invite him. I have to come in. I'll let him in advance that an invitation. Like
yo, enunti na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ghana Mampeni and Mati Nenkano. After all, there's a confirmation say, contrary to propaganda and from him, there's a confirmation say, and nanado any MPP and the Boku conflict by. Yes, because also on one kasa buy no hu adwumaden na aban no ebo say lasting solution ebeba na president former president briefing ama wate nsem na se na in the briefing no na ote ase say Otumfuo o say tu eso play role nti ono ye mampani ene John Mahama no one former president Nanado ene Otumfuo ebe ye nhihye se be ya adwuma omo hyase no se asundwe beba Boku no ye de beko awie pa you see nyeti a ensese ode sanyama we eye politics and you are eating your own humble pie in another style and until ye de yempa bo ebetai akire na yatumi enya asundwe ewo eye Boku esane se osie wo Boku enyi umpotem ntino emfa ho a ebekwa san ba be de abeto na mesa mon amani anase minton krase Honorable Kennedy Ohina Agyapong ne 24th 25th and someone de beko akoto dwa 2025 Oxford Africa Conference beko so Harvard US no that's why ye bom nka ye se edu ho a ye betwa ehunfoni de akire mu nyina ye beyi dodo na de akire mu na mohu nia so America mem was Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is speaking and unti mobebo mabosu mu na mode atwen ye na yefiri ho a na ye ko ECOWAS West Africa ahayi nyina nyamiadom yedi mfie eduonum 50 years na mpenifo ebisa question bebre say 50 years ya yedi form ECOWAS yi mfasode be mpa na den aba ye ni penimu bia kasa waje tum se nyamiadom next week obeba na wa bebiebie so e dia kire hia po se yebenya ECOWAS ene hu a ehu se ECOWAS so eni ho a hu a ehu e de ma yen a ye the West African part of the continent no enunti nyame adom a next week se bibia toto akwam a de sa international relations expert no beba na oni yen abetwetwe enkomo e de afa sa ensem ene ensem fufuro yi ehu na Honorable Kennedy Agyapong okasa no okọ asore no Eastern mu no okasa no fact o de sembe bretudwa na samba ko kan ya dodo na bon semama ne se ohwe a Ghana ye mpuntuo mu no anase ye development mu no there's something lacking. The religious leaders no, the collaboration between the religious leaders and the politicians no kamia say ensheda emfa papa nti eyade ese ehimukina aye anyonkofo eda religious leaders no any politicians no entem enye he's not talking about nia omu declare say we be the president nti ne abompa ni that's not what he's talking about. He's saying that who be here say the religious leaders, whether Muslim leaders or Christian leaders or whatever leader, once we a good leader or another we a good religious leader there, as I said, too many politicians need a partner to bring development to the people of Ghana. Every religious leader must play a role in developing Ghana. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Production mo yan kotie sa tape no nemra.
Sorry that I said the race in Mama.
That's right.
The moment so many I see I don't see a whole now some competence. Me a friend of mine, and I'm not for your son. Then I also competence to maybe on four sorry. But I'm not going to have. I guess but I'm going to yes, I saw everything. He said, I did that every year. And the American said, method is actually a change. Too many more than 100 years. There's a video is actually but for me, and the yard and I almost share a sorry as to cover, and also the main I yet was many suffer in carrying people. Our reality and slavery to me. And we are also the guitar friend engineer, but the next stage will improve. In my Tuesday, the engineer member, one is to see air conditions. he said, you are from a marriage to the
Yo, enuti Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong ena mote ni nkano wakasa bebre yabo nsem ede amano o say politicians no baabi a ade na du no ekamia say nipa bebre enhyeda anye politicians ni ndi enunti say asofo no collaborate with politicians na ade a ebeboa bebre na adoye so a oye omo no ode atu dwa enunti ebeda Honorable Kennedy Ohene Agyapong ase ebeda no ase na yebeko ahoma no so ne ni lawyer bia kasa efa chief justice ni suspension no say omampani efa ekwanpa so ena edi no anase ode suspended no anase political witch hunting senia dodo na ekano no na mesan ebisa no wo pese mebisa lawyer no another question efa sansem we obetumi de o question no afa YouTube aba na metumi ebisa no ede ama mesa ebisa no esa ne se odofo ye mu bi de yatete se president a receive petition to remove Mame Jean Mensa EC chairperson makan ohada na senior mrano esie no se omampani agi petition bi saa se yeyi electoral commissioner emfiri ho a ensise ni se ese omampani ede koma chief justice mpachotie ni ye ese omampani ede petition ni koma chief justice awo na odi hu juma na chief justice iso a ya suspending ni woni a lawyers ne kasa ene justices no judges ne kasa obi aka se maami we ye obi a wono no ade ne da ha o de beto wo ma wo se wo ye hwan se wo na wo ye wiase president se wo ye hwan se wo be ba be dada ne se fafa ha na se wo be convince so for debi onu de it's about the law near emran eden eka do ye president to we ye vice president to we ye wan you wudi bibi ba na nim na se emfa mra kwan no so a onfa nya adwuma mame justice Gertrude Tokonu, that is who she is. Who called the judiciary. That's what everybody says about the woman. And we didn't a young cophobia one say, obi a otisa, obebo mrano ho ban no. Mum and ye few. Does it mean there is something? Questioner and crofo ebisa enono. Yes. And unti say a young chief justice or otisa by in some way yet free judges any lawyer friends are your yetumi aye research afa maame no no conclusion ni chese maame no oyobi a oka no kure oye chese ni justice na eda no so no ese fata no okay so say president Mahama ensa kakrata say ye Jean Mensa mfi ho na emra no so chese ese president this san krata no koma chief justice no di hujuma maame yususu ne yese ono ba bia emra no da no eno ode beto. It is a president the commercial justice to konuya na se emfa mrakwan so a obebo eden egu enti ye bisa say is that why President Mahama and Nabayan are bent on removing this woman from office so that omo the justice bi ana say penimu CJ bi beba wonu de ye ka so onye say a obeya na eya sem bisa. Therefore I hope you are following. We are connecting the dots. We are connecting the dots. Eche bia mema yehu nipa ye suspended mami or acting. Seni mbano so eche say chief justice ni wa the most senior of the judges no or no be acting. Ti nipa eye president amano acting no eno so ye be yi ade akyerem. On the eye screen so no. We want you to know the Ghana's new acting chief justice. Yes. Justice Bafo Boni. He is the brother of the owner of Radio Gold. Kwesi Senti Bafo Boni. A new justice ya suspended Mame Gertrude Tokonu President Mahama de Nabase ombe acting. Nimia ena Radio Gold. Nia Radio Gold ye ne dia no eye papa woni nua no ye frɛ no eye Kwesi Senti Bafo Boni. And he served as a senior political advisor to President John Mahama between 2009 and 2017. Our Jubilee House. And but Martinia ye can say. Number 2, also he is also the brother of Eugene Bafo Boni. Who is Eugene Bafo Boni? The former NCA board chairman appointed by President John Mahama, who was jailed in the $4 million NCA scandal. Are you getting the link? Hey, la la la. The last one I wore by Ghana Today. Information and sake and say, papa ya you say all acting in the absence of Mame Getru Tokonua. Your Mahama, His Excellency Ghana man penny are suspending him. Or say, Mrs. Patience Bafo Boni, Ekunu. Mrs. Bafo Boni, no Patience Bafo Boni, or the newly appointed Director General. The Director General of the Ghana National Fire Service. Some of them may respect the papa. Now, me the you know your analysis keke. Until new IG, me say IGP, me be the IGP. Hey, alright, you know, me too few posts no so what? Man na fum here. Until the new acting Chief Justice, alright, Bafo Boni no. Ne ye person hu nipa oye ono so ye lawyer ni mapa or ye judge ni mapa wa tratra cases akese so. But the question I be say numere is nti wey and omo say ye Mame Justice Gertrude Tokonu ye yin mfiri ho no nia opem rana oni mra odi mra ne ye adwuma no ye yin mfiri ho no nti papa yi enti enana ye saada enche bia ye ne lawyer penimu mapa ebedi nkomo afasa ensem yi hu na mabisa ana say ye dey screen ade we beto screen so na ma no gu so America say you see obi the petition koma president say ye chief justice ana say EC every wa electoral commission penino ye yin every wa say na ebi mu de akọ president aso ye na enhihye ne kire say ese say o mampani e de koma chief justice Tokonu so no ye say ono de o ye fintin untumi endada no enkusa dabi semra no say yenya ye beye emra no say ma yenya yenye emunti say does it mean say the petition now president in Saka say ye Jin Mensa mfi as EC boss no say the sa petition ni koto Tokoni animu a na say emfa mra kwan so a obebo agunti e na ye na fi ho ana because mate say even NDC some NDC in Penifo Council of Elders in Penifo bebre ho no ma they are not happy about this decision. Ti omu bisa say aso bi mu na etu president for sa na se den anaso mampani na nkasa ni nsem bi o kan ye in opposition no eno no person de ye adwuma nti na asha ase ana. That's the question people are asking. And I miss we be said bi NDC from penny for some of us know said they are not happy about sa ade we Council of State in penny for mutu omampeni fu say onye saade we including the former Chief Justice Mame akufo wo beka kire Ghana for nyina say you are not going to be a Council of State. I just hope and hope beyond all hope say nyama ye ade ebeboa oman Ghana because who in particular Mame akufo you in particular, I was even happy. Say you were selected and I say you were elected as a member of the Council of State. Say nebeya wodi umre ni munu be ko na wa guide. Emma Osan be catch say you are promising Ghanaians to say this Council of State will not be a yes Council of State. Yes means that say President Kasa no be ayedin yes sir. Is this different from what you taught us and I say you told us? Yeah. Shese yen sabeka abrantie no ewa homa no so na yene no edi nkomo 4 years asemo ameka ye say ye mampani now or opposition or can say 4 years and yet enough for any president no production me someone mummy go tie owura Don Mahama e me no opposition no pay to me and someone or can ye efa one term pe and yet enough for a president niembra
and so amount of money, 8 million or so and see, they say, a young thing I am. There's something about getting the thing I know. And we are in the way where we now we go from. And that's again. On the before, we answer a very experienced president. Now we are organizing. On see a thing and we're not so. One thing, I don't know what thing and we're not so. Now, one thing I can answer my baby before. On see a thing, and to say, on see on my baby, and to say, Mason, and I'm common. On see a man will train right now. When they took foundation, so they see that where they face. They took foundation. Otu foundation ni ya asa mai dai asa no esi dan ato foundation so eto man pe ni ko le kan na se o se man pe ni no e se ko man a o si dan first 1 year no o the two foundation otu foundation ni ya next 1 year no na o the si dan no pe da dan no na obi tie enyepe Obi there 3 bedroom, Obi there compound house, Obi there 2 bedrooms, Obi there Agyapong, Obi there akufo-addo. And see, Obi see the foundation. Now we want to baby. Now we want the foundation. No about so the foundation everything. The 11% basic down into foundation. That's me inside. That's me inside. I was saying, we got to the foundation. I also enjoy the no sit down and so. It was like, I know how to foundation now. And then the plan and put out. And he said, who can somebody see a dynamic foundation also? I not a war on the Trump constitution, what I really say. And 10-9 and so amount.
Yo, me asem kan em won pa se utia odofo mun ko hwehwe na muntie se be ya ye kan modwen nyam se ebia eye bosremu kan wo se 4 years no eye for the foundation inti na je se ne 4 years ya wa be or be lay foundation, so does it mean say he needs another 4 years to put the building on the foundation? And does it mean say a no is part of the structure or process to removing a justice, chief justice Tokunu Ana connecting the dots, and then you would understand what is happening. Therefore, connecting the dots, you would understand what is happening. Enuti yebeko yenim minsa aka abratie ye freno Kwesi Kwatin, ni dini very simple. Edepa Kwesi Kwatin, Esquire, lawyer ni mapa, private legal, practitioner. Kane no so no ye kasama for the Ministry of Education. Kwesi Kwatin. Minia wote minka mwajo emwakwaba.
Binya meje so.
Wonderful. Your voice ni clear pa boko de.
Bato, what say?
Me say boko de.
Everybody didn't met me, but also.
Nyamya dum ene mo mpa bo me ho ye papa. Enu me so ye beda wase se wa prince ode oni en bedi enkomo kakra afa eye nsemu a ekoso wo ye man Ghana mu na wo so ye mranim ni de na megidi say you are the right person to help us ene yen ahwefo ne atifo ombete nsemu no odo ye kwasi ye sorry ya eye ye mampanin se ne nsa aka petition bi efre nkofo bi ahye se ompamu eye chief justice na me gidi say wo mo de nkrata ne bae no eye omo right we be ka say omo legal right and I say right say omo be tire krata de ama president say me ameti ye yenyi mi fi ho na say obi o hold public office no eye yenyi ni fi ho na ebeye twema mentwe other lawyers can omadwe e kire omadwe bi si eye political witch hunt ne a whole lot of issues me pese na numre utumi kire yen say ekwan benso ene ye fa edi chief justice efri ho
minya medase ewo akwanya ode ama me wo fidie kese so ma me fa akwanya so ntia nyina ye boss ene adwuma pani opani a ode adwuma nyina no honorable Kennedy of Agyapong
sharp
emi se ono adomo ene ne nsa no nwuma ni bi na ama se be bru nyina ya akwanya wo fidie so
sa pepe
now to the substantive issue, no. Yeah, will be a friend of constitutional rule and as a constitutional supremacy. Or mine Konkono Ghana, a woman, no. A dear, a boy of Humbra, a ma, it to me a boy of mine. Na, or mine, she say, she say, it me a 200 amount. A boy Brano. A friend of the Constitution of Ghana. Na Constitution, you know, Emma 3 arms of government. Let's just say, to me, ya de ebu of mine, your mind, she say, no. Nensano, that's one, a cassette, a semiansa, and an a fapping, because the foundation, say, we'll see that, a cassette, a semiansa. There was the executive, president, Dano. And they were the legislature, Speaker of Parliament, Dano. And they were the judiciary, and also the Chief Justice, Dano. Now, Mremuni and Memumuni, if we be sure a friend of separation of powers. You say Mremu, Omunina, your Majuma, Pepe, Edia. And so, Ubia age enough for Yen Juma, Ubia, and she will be so. Now, a more beer Jumedia would in a sipina, she will cry. Let him punctuate the upper. Now is separation of powers needs to free war. A bemosi say mono. If we be a friend of checks and balances. Said the Mcobasa Baku for beggars will be the executive. It didn't pen a mayor. The legislature, the pen a mayor. And I said me the judiciary, the pen a mayor. Ubia will role or play in Ubia Juma where they would. It is also even in the appointment of the Chief Justice in the Crown, or be facing Parliament in the bois. Now, one more veteran. President, so we heard the swearing in, or yet even before Parliament. The State of Nation address in Munya Dina, or yet even before Parliament.
Yes.
We heard the Speaker of Parliament and so on. Also, a rule law, and also, no, or also directly or indirectly, also accounts to even the people of Ghana and the other arms of government. And then minority in parliament and the majority in parliament before election, one more and sent by a Supreme Court. Okay, I say on whether or not some members of parliament should vacate their seat in Yadi.
Yeah.
It took the judiciary to also make a decision.
Yeah.
Or pronouncement on it. It one more was hard enough. Omutin Kitapon will be a said, Ma, yeah, a bequedimo. Na Emrano constitution is a mono. A womus a war, and she said, na constitution is due to say. I did be any pansa will be a said, be bit my own console.
Yeah.
And who baking I said, you beat me a yin flu or a Jumana at once. Because you manage the office, but you are not the office.
Okay.
Do you a president? You are the head of the executive, but you are not the executive. So who is Chief Justice? You are the head of the judiciary, but you are not the judiciary. Who is Speaker of Parliament? You are the head of Parliament, but you are not Parliament. And whether you are there or you are not there, the role and functions of that office
will
can continue, and that office can be run.
Yeah.
And the impono, we have constitution, the constitution envisages one nipa or manages these institutions in a bit my on grounds of infirmity, no money are they, even on grounds of incompetence, it be on grounds of stated misbehavior, or yeah, be at the office, no, and a form, the new number form, at the Bureau office, and also form. There are grounds of removal of all these people, whether you are a president, whether you are a speaker of parliament, whether you are a chief justice. Now, sometimes in the spirit of good governance, now some of these institutions, to protect our democracy, and said that and sorry say a taxable. During in the history of this country, I do not recall even instances since 92 Sebiu Yapamo chief justice. Maybe in the history of even the whole Africa, minimum chief justice Yapamo. And even the argument can even go higher even to the rest of the world. So chief justice Bay and Yapamo. I've seen in my time instances of being impeached president. And now in South Africa, sometimes so yeah, a Zuma no more dear. We are no maybe a bro swan and there can be impeachment. But you see, the judiciary embodies and signifies or is a symbol of freedom and justice of the state. It rests on the judiciary. It is a body, we are very, 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 very careful. And unless I say, be a chief justice, why are they be a whoopah and a idea the a in the floor? But here can also don't let us also rule out the political realities that we find ourselves as a people.
That's right.
What are the political realities? The political realities is that we're 2024 about 2 years. The current government, one more as one more Kenya, Obi to say fellows of Bujuku and Kasama, this government here. Was it for the past 32 years? The judiciary has never been on the side of the NDC. Or no, I don't know. President Mahama said the judiciary has been packed with MPP people, and when we come, we will reset them. Senior member Ben said you about with moi, brand on campaign, they didn't speak against the judiciary. Interestingly, if you want to compare cases, even the two major political parties had interest in those cases. You realize, even the NDC won more cases in the past 8 years than the MPP.
Sir?
It is intriguing, yes. It is rather intriguing why they always say the judiciary has been packed. Prepare one more man for mind. Just to revolt against the judiciary and state institutions and then play the role of a victim and appear say as will be see or day or my sorry waka. If one more yes manner or bar, they have to then give a meaning and manifestation to it. Over constitution, the chief justice is not beyond reproach. Chief justice is only beyond reproach. Or any you who so bit my so. In the constitution wants to say, oh baby, a friend, Article 146 of the constitution. I shall say, the chief justice he be a say be anything. You are quite fast here, Then no, even justices of the Superior Court, even the electoral commissioner is also construed as the justice of the Superior Court.
In terms of rank,
the 146 are provided our one more so be a whole enter a bit made the AU. Now grounds for removal, the Constitution has stated it explicit in Article 146, say a misbehavior or incompetence. So, and to be a wire DBA and Fakwemu, we be a Charlotte said it was clear violation on procurement laws. Obiakwe procurement that you jettison the law clearly was a clear violation. But Mami Wadian, as of now, we don't even know, the public doesn't even know the grounds of granting or the ANF. There are speculations. Say. But the point is, indeed, the constitution is very clear. So our committee BB, I won't meet my day, ANF. But the question is, are we really sure, say you in a free way? Or we in a free was because why baby Bonnie and I say it's just a part of the political realities that we find ourselves. One more to say the chief justice is not on their part, and so for that matter, one more in a free. And if you look at how things are happening and the conversations around it, clearly you can see you chief justice nephew and yet Sebio fine paso, even though they are still doing it under the umbrella of the law. The Chief Justice is not beyond reproach, but you see, don't let us build a system where the fate of the office of the Chief Justice becomes subject to the personal preferences and feelings of any president who comes. To the sense that, or no, because the Chief Justice will meet him Chief Justice will meet him. So when him see the Chief Justice or the office of the Chief Justice will now turn into a presidential appointment, and we all know what will happen if we are not very careful. And this abuse and deliberate attack on Article 146, we don't speak against it. It's just a way of endorsing a rewriting of the Constitution to construe Article 146 to mean, say, now the office of the Chief Justice is now a seasonal office subject to the feelings, the discretion, and the preferences of any new president that comes in. One man can say, oh,
Kwesi Kwati, unfortunately, no, free our so in fact, our manati, ye be say ye be sign a connecti Kwesi Kwati, is and say, now, or my background, and I say explanation to this year Article 146, I can't, a casafa, a year the removal of a Chief Justice, say, idea ye betumi aye anase ye ntumi enye na o my and the political realities so a system no. Yeah, hello Kwesi, what's number so?
Yes, ukoka one mas mo beka say na say am tankofo the petition akọ am tankofo betimi the petition akọ, but me twenwo yi nyina adwen si asem opani bia wo ben wo amamuo mu pa any political conversations mo. I friend of Baron de Montesquieu.
Baron de Montesquieu.
No greater tyranny than that which is perpetrated under the shield of law
and in the name of justice.
And to him, I think when I'm all of us takes a deep reflection. The fact that an act or an action or inaction is being done within the framework of the law, and just had a quality of papa.
That's right.
Indeed. Before there was law, there was common sense.
Yeah.
Before there was law, there was common sense. I said what the petition I got a 2013 electoral petition. And go to say MPP they winning. But if you look at the tension at that moment, if you can will my MPP aka any day, any papa.
Yeah.
So the Supreme Court, in their wisdom, as a policy making court, can even decide to rule otherwise. I'm not saying that is what happened. But in the supreme interest of the country, sometimes we make certain critical decisions. And to look at them say, oh, that's a President Mahama and confront the petition commander. Petition, why they name saying this before or no confront the Indeed, if anybody wants to say everything is done within the remit of the law, to me and questioner, let me remind you of something. Apartheid, it was backed by law. No, they are the papa. Human sacrifice. It was backed by law in certain jurisdictions.
Okay.
Papa. Slave trade, it was backed by law. And he said, Obika said, law. They should give us a break. Slave trade was backed by law. Human sacrifice was backed by law. The Nearing was backed by law. Apartheid, South Africa for a cherry before mu, Bigufa, any white and black Bigufa. It was backed by law. Titiana no mucha in the petty editor monasines when he read the chest sono. And neighbor was a barbaric and inhumane. Those times was backed by law. So give us a break and stop telling us that, oh, that's so be the petition koi. Any part transia say for petition mra. The petition bar and Mrana say, oh, the president shall forward the petition to the Council of State. And then the Council of State together with the president, of course, in the case of Frankajechu versus Attorney General, would then have to make a determination whether they've established a prima facie case. Prima facie case in establishing na say, you share petition near their banner. Ebenya assembly at the international, na Ebenya assembly the international bonquet. Now, Nipa was me you are can on the campaign time at the aba. And then once one pen for the petition aba.
no, so to me, so to be general with council of state. Council is one appointed. No, I don't go for. Now, Yasaye, now, Afi, Wodumaka said, we've established a prima facie case against you. And interestingly, the suspension even of the CJ, when you establish a prima facie case, the Constitution doesn't use shall. The Constitution uses may. So, which means, President has the discretion to even suspend or not suspend the chief justice. And if they to be careful.
Okay.
So also establish a prima facie case against her. Why don't you allow the committee to sit and hear the matter and determine her guilt?
Kwesi.
But then you take the very hard way and suspend her.
Kwesi.
What is going to happen is I mean don't be suspended. No two ways about that.
Kwesi Kwating.
Doing that. What you mean?
Yeah, me can me bisa wasem kakra.
Okay.
The use of shall any may no I wanna catch me attention kakra. Na che say constitution no eka may. Constitution use may not shall.
So the answer say constitution if you read some of the legal the case laws pronounced by the Supreme Court, it is to the effect to say shall is obligatory and may is not obligatory.
It's discretionary.
Right. It's just may not obligatory. You can use your discretion. Yeah, you can call it discretionary. Constitution. I don't have my constitution here. But what I know, they said, and of course, Article 146, say, yeah, one will determine prima facie case against the chief justice. What happens? They say, I'll say, one more a president setting up a committee, and then a committee sits on it. Now, committee need the home recommendation. The president is bound by it. In terms of the constitution, you shall. Yeah. The president or bound by the recommendation.
Okay.
Of the committee. But when the constitution uses mayor, it becomes discretionary. And when it comes to the suspension of the chief justice, that is the constitution uses may. The constitution doesn't use shall. And the President Mahama said no way or what Jamie said, Mamma on the so bit in the bonia. So bit Mamma has out to the muscle until Sarah Aquaria. Now, Adia, I also kind of put in that chance and said, we cannot run ahead of the committee. By any name, them say, what they've started, the political commentary surrounding it, and the political realities that we find ourselves. Let me tell you, I keep saying the politicians don't learn. So politicians, you should have their own. When President akufo-addo, he mama Charlotte say free one. There were people who felt to say, why are the men town? Because the whole idea is what touch independent institution.
Yes.
Now President Mahama has come, and it doesn't appear said they have any basis of removing the current chief justice, but they want to avenge what was done to Charlotte said. And I want to state.
Just say you do me, I do you.
The removal of the CJ is to avenge that of Charlotte said. Yeah, then it lacks merit. One of my young women say, one of us we free home, electoral commission and free home. Now, electoral commission ain't meaning free horse to say, because electoral commission or constitution they say before being the free one. I just said chief justice or so a determined prima facie case against it.
Okay.
Chief justice who prima facie case yeah, won't even for so man the at the end of the only for swear in the no more dominify the next thing you should expect and they say when we chief justice is free wa also me you know so me and sakraba one more because some focus at the petition and pass the electoral commission. Now chief justice said you a heifer in the history of the world mean chief that a dear the free so a better by your home to the extent they said today the chief justice has now become the enemy of the state. Now only the danger in playing politics where me Mama can't show. I do politics. I'm a member of the MPP. I speak for the MPP. I never compromise my stance on the MPP. Where I am very careful is when it comes to state institutions and people of influence. Now no I got to about nipa Kevin Taylor no money ade twa mo kamo mu di otum fo atem saa say na di papa na tema ma de mu nyam nyina san ya na ye ko obi amana ko siesie ba konto ka ke bi ne obi
Dabi
ye nyo obi a we should be very slow in destroying institutions and people of influence that we've built over the years. We should be very careful in doing that. Ya say police service mebo.
Yes.
Ya say army
the military
22 army generals wo nyina no ye nya obi a promote ne say one mu junior now nim ami no say promote junior automatically all of you have to go compulsory retirement and they politicize it, and the customs are selling, and the fire service are selling. The electoral commission say the only institution that we have now, and which is even an arm of government, the judiciary, and no, we will catch us so many of them. Now, same will be the way there. Said you, Minya come out for, and so may the back quarter, my quarter, and if you want to destroy the quarter, some person a catcher will be honest. Say, the chief justice way anywhere. Some of me MPP, that's what I say, and the next that's the NDC, and there are some MPP in the air time. And if we go on that path, near stay the judiciary, men are making choice or international which will be true to the young customer to you also, because when you say, or court judiciary, only attention only because the trust and the confidence that is reposed in the judiciary is also dwindled. Yet, I'm not saying the Kakra. Then come once a movie, who shall be chief justice, the judiciary doesn't use guns, the judiciary doesn't use ammunition. All they rely on is the trust, the respect, and the confidence that people have within them. And also, person say, now, the ABC down no. Say, what videos na me can say, brother Israel for person mo kwa. Then who can so mo nko. One more pray mo kwa yede.
That's right.
You started people said Akufo-Addo has failed. Emma, you came at the backdrop of reset agenda. My nipa and say, and you are coming to reset. Obaye, Dumso is there, you are not fixing it. You are attaching judiciary. Obaye, also 24-hour economy. You did not provide the 24-hour economy. Ukura Onumene Duman outside very quiet in EU Medi. Obaye, Galamsey is there, you couldn't solve Galamsey. And then it's even escalated. Obaye, fuel prices, Obaye, dollar and marfom. These are the basic things that affect the lives of the ordinary Ghanaian. That is how we live for night. What kind of uncle for this or man you name through her or me and prosecute you in your cases? Hey, now you need to know the everybody cases no win and the we can't run a country like that. We can't run a country like that. And President Mahama has taken the very unpopular step and unpopular decision in the history of the world and in the history of the 21st century that no leader has ever done that. No leader. And the bill of mine on airtro. And unfortunately, they say we cannot talk about it. Why? Because they say you shall not say. While the issues are not even similar. What can I say? More lesson for shut up. Hey, you lose lesson, you lose your explanation. You lose lesson in your tax. You lose lesson. And the mine be a come and kepi. Because many guys need you. Obi say or mine and come was mini ba, mini bema, mini shade, or mini. The BBS and can because we lost an election. And the Eka. You lose lesson, there, Muncho, my number for your mind.
Oh, my day.
You lose lesson here, Cassandra Munche, the end fire mind, my name was account. You say, Mom lose lesson, Mom winning lesson. Now, if you talk, people remind you so, oh, shut up, Molusu lesson, go away. When they have 2 buses led to 2. 4 years, penny, they are more sumo mutsumunya would dead. You promise a reset, and every state institution that we have, and that may be said, meaning it looks like the minor quality college. Hey, and can they motorway now fast or not traffic be any so? And the motorway, the cities are dying now. Okabuchi the beer, motorway is not a residential area, and the motorway in Agyapong now, among of what is here are dying. No for motorway, no one here the cable. It looks like a minor quality college. Galamsey has now escalated, things are now getting worse. And then I call anymore Puma. Mamoya Jumanje, Ukraine Jumanje. I say, oh, by ya, also we are reset. For any good initiative, they are mad. By now, we're just some few years ago, 8 years ago, we're thinking about how to implement offensive free senior high school. We're thinking about how to do one district, one factory. We're thinking about how to do one village, one dam. A lot of things are those were the things that we were doing. But what they were back, it looks like I said, you are coming to take vengeance. I said, what the Yaudi be neighbor. At the end, we could never power. We know that in the history of your party, you've done that before. It's a two. That is almost some bomb in there too. That is the history of your party. TNDC, one month a year, one another one. And then say, sir, a fronal travel free at the Efrimo. But we are in the 21st century, the democratic dispensation. And unfortunately, even the judicial service cannot speak because some way, somehow, people are also benefiting from it. When Galamsey wants 2 weeks to elections, the whole organized labor threatened against akufo-addo's administration. I feel that they are answers. And then the fees to buy a better by a home. I feel they are by a market. I'm with the buy it, you don't want us to talk about it. And the some person of Pamona get an impact how much. And let no Ghanaian complain because principles are not seasonal. Let no Ghanaian complain. Let anybody come and tell us, oh, you see, CSO. Power is not forever. No, Trebi, who means a son. And I want when MPP don't buy it, and I say, and I see now Bente, and MPP there. Yeah, we know. Ghanaians hold the MPP to a higher standard than the NDC. But if they don't find anything wrong with what President Mahama is doing today, they shouldn't find it wrong in 4 years' time.
Wow. Yo, Kwesi, say you better sipa watch in Simunum. Na should opinion leaders sorry penning for business community, should they be worried about this development?
Sure. German pastor bi. Sabra Adolf Hitler no more Nazis no more topan. Or make a statement to be.
Yeah.
Which is very profound. Also at the kind of or no or a Nazi. But you can read it and get the right way. Also ye buy or no more share you for no. Jew for no. Ye chiwo mokomu na or no one kasa because no ye Jew ni. Actually check Catholics na komu na one kasa because no ye Catholic. Actually Protestants na need almost pe ye chiwo mokomu. One kasa because you be ade is a view. Ninyana Agyapong about you on their fan hobby. I feel Drew maybe a you cool nipa can about most of you. There was nobody to speak for him. And you're careful. Evil does not grow because of the absence of good people at their refusal to speak. And yet, Yanti as of also woman a day. Clearly, some of the President Mahama by the
yeah.
Dear course, your moon who did the basic. Who here Musa down can I have more research the amount. The trust and the confidence are a bay rule, is not good for even our national security. Huh? That's how you wait the other say, which may you speak of parliament too. Be very careful. And nobody is speaking about it. Judicial service is quiet. Sabra Brian Champo, yes, or a hotel and not one more dividends and returns, any papa, where the hotel voluntarily offered it in the market. I don't know every day so better. He was paying with a company's money, company agreement. Did they any anti organized labor? The whole Ghana, only now, sorry, Antioquia. After they see the whole judiciary is under attack. GB IET. Organized labor IET, judicial service IET, the clergy IET, the Muslim community IET, painful IET. You yate.
Kwasi ufisa dentina omayedi. Is it because any ankrofo kanu is too early to comment? Intinu say early krana bone ekoswa. Oh, it's too early for you to comment.
People feel say, they came to power at the backdrop of propaganda. And akufo-addo West. And when he is it's not really about being silent. What will come so ye be? Granted, without even admitting, say, "Ampa, obi yebia." Then obi we about there. Ya ncheno. Intine, obi ko tutu oku obi a emo yese ma no. Woni nyina ye bone. Sa na ekoso. Agyapong say come the no kote papa Kofi eboard there. Okutwa na board there was no ne makọ do adi. E che no say oh board there e community na mkutwa e se de nya no. Enti enne asuma si so kobo obi puno okobu ne puno obi no se o ohun ne no say eh na na be mu puno. O say ah wo hu me dia dia obo me de matutu abo. Be tutu obo wo no. Yes oh na na obi kura ko wi abo there ma ya nche no. Nti we so kono tutu obo obi kuna body we a ene nipakum ne nyinaa yɛ bɔne mmerɛ tie nti ne yɛmɔ yɛ nsɛm wɔ biara hey Ghana
Usre.
Assemble
Badabi. Na mede baby a ha me kakra kwasi ene se the Ghana Bar Association say they are supposed to be the brain the banu the legal profession in Ghana. Naka minim say emrano mom ho kwan ma omo to me first statement to crime back kicking against and say commenting on issues like this. Now for so many weeks adie asemi sha ase no oma yedin nti so oma yedin a hwan na benya kokuduro kura kasa ehu
ne nyina ya sansebe Ghana Bar Association de mre bia ni weti omo so omo ka ho asem
okay
na omo ne betima cha de kontia matters like this they've been silent na sebio say omo so omo be kasa so omo nkasa o say kwaku aka nyina be kasa o so omo nkasa o mpanimfo bu bebi omo se konfobone a sebio obetre fie na wa hwese kuro mo no so otim bio wo konfobone wo so na wo hye nkom se kuro no mo kuro no njija kuro no memo nyina nya dwuma je akwara benya 40 years ana wa wutim wo ntinsi kuro ma so wo ma
that's right asemi yakupie BBC omo Africa News no na ohwe se ne omo report story na kwasi arewosem as a lawyer, a young lawyer for that matter na yi woman omampani etu anamonse na kopie BBC front page na eto say ade no beko to that extent
and I make us we share in the history of your country your for republic being seen that and I don't even have records of it happening anywhere in even Africa, not even talk of the world. Maybe I'm yet to know. And even the international community is shocked. Say, my good democracy and unity does it. And it even amounts to international disgrace in the international community. People are shocked how Ghana is handling the democracy. Before we were seen as a beacon of democracy, but right now we won't be seen like that. If for anything at all, we'll be seen as hopeless in democracy, as a country full of hopelessness when it comes to the conversation of democracy. There is no hope for. Though we'll be seen not only hopelessness but directionless when it comes to the conversation on democracy. And that's how the international community view all of us.
Me bano me ne abrate bi di nkomo efa nsemu a mami suspension you know okache me say look flag bearer what is going to happen is that if I have any issue I will not go to court. I will find my own way of dealing with the issue because I don't trust the court again just by this singular action of the president asemu anipa yikan yi kwatin your future as a country
akwai sesebio oman bia wo December ana ko bia wo ade a omo gidie o menya santini asante nyina te be sori nyina yakotoko hene beboa
that's right
and to the fin yakotoko hena se ana se sebi eburu sebi mpeduasa otina waka kotoko hene to forma se wo de asante abutu
that's right
na no so de ma so da and say bia ni the judiciary doesn't have arms womu ni tu womu ni ejai womu ni sekai ade womu de wa womu hu yehu emo womu kasa yetie obinya asem wo de kɔ assemble mpanifo menu no hisisi parliament issue ba ha na ntoko e bese so yefa kokota court and settle has to do with the trust and confidence that we have in the judiciary. But right now if the judiciary is under attack and this is an indirect coup d'etat on the judiciary. A coup has been committed against the judiciary. And if this is not corrected, nobody is going to have confidence in the judiciary. It's more or less like a binding basis will be you'll be micromanaging now send if I go budget unya smart
there be that
no be so unya smart fan kokota we all know we be say can a child now so can go quarter. Say come and affair the bedroom.
What kind of system are we creating for ourselves?
What kind of system is very sad. And you know the man I thought say President Mahama second coming for the big cleansing it.
Yeah.
I thought it was name cleansing because or catcher say was Suade.
Yes.
Correcting the mistakes. It being Sibu. Or Suade na Ghana for so. Well, be no attempt to check a cardi at the Obedi President Pen or Kofi where his lens is less. So he came with so much anger. He came with so much bitterness to the sense to say it has now more to do with punishing Ghanaians in an attempt to prove that I can do the worst than even what them people did. You should proceed. What do you want to show? That now you drive for Chinchina and I may say about your money almost a month and more by your money. It will maybe now no more car almost a month. And I may say what a monk coming in Faso. A Jason Sanson in family. Your person will be our neck. The President Mahama person will be our neck. So a person or sack all the justices of the Supreme Court are on yet. So a person sack all justices of the Superior Court, including all the high courts are on yet. So a person said we go forward in the first time we go forward in all sectors and all areas of the economy on yet. But if we won't find them call from Kwame Justice or pa on followed in Mahama and Mayor Chief Justice. Mr. Wapa on first year doing Ketia and Mayor Chief Justice. This country will not collapse. Or mine be Jena.
Amen.
Amen. There will be redemption one day. There will be redemption one day.
Redemption, pa. You kwesi meja wa mawako nemu eye honorable candidate Agyapong nyame aduma eye next month ye besimu eye 24th 25th odi dwumedie kese bi pa o eye Harvard o United States of America. Mu betro more light kakra because we dey open nti wunim nsemunum oni e be share kakra.
Oh, rather Oxford.
Oxford, yes.
Rather Oxford. Now, program no cry be you.
Okay.
I want to send an invitation. We are so here so beko. Medium we did can say pass or beko ni
Good.
If barring or unforeseen contingencies. Oshe Harvard there na. Julius Malema ya or South Africa. One Peter Obi.
Nigeria. Okay.
We say Africa na yawo countries be na ya one more temper and pushing the Africa economic drive.
Yeah.
One mu nyina ba together. One mu be discuss how one mu be timi ama other countries no so intimi peja na de apeja. Na ohwe Ghana kwa de kayenka ho. So one mu fa opening the Japan so one mu hwe ni entrepreneurship drive and adventure or taking he should also represent that side now more intimate in the economy.
That's right.
And make a case for us how yes we be and we a high profile program. If we okra so kra na ba so kro so Oxford. And okra dem say no so pede mu peja pa. Mame Ngozi Nwela World Trade Organization.
Yeah.
One more a penny pa. Recently, tariffs won't send by Trump normally. Or said that make any comment.
Yeah.
On Oxford for inviting South African economy. No, I bet they be faster entrepreneurship as a South African economy. No, now my friend, no, one of my friend, opening in Japan. I'm saying, my friend, Dangote Krana or no class, so it's almost yet to confirm at the attentions on the class member. But Ngozi there, I mean Ngozi there or no qua confirm. Some penny fund on Munina quarter table. Also required the end I hold the previous leaders in the country Munina could be African Business Summit. Maybe qua a star recent former a Prime Minister no UK, Sunni Kenomo, India near no free or UK. Omunina, Wahuso Munina, a high profile year. One of my who said, Honorable Ken, or also Emra, na the name dear, as an entrepreneur, who share businesses our who share media organizations, who share the frozen businesses, and so called I expand the part down more, starch factory, no, steel factory so wo hai
ogusu a obie bia ne sa
ogusu a wo ye
yeah
and then ba ku bia ko ye so bedo cherry tomatoes nyina wo ha mo say papa no eduma wo yo no oni economy e so but eyo mo wan so timi ye say eduma no the number of workers are over 7,000 workers money ade no almost say sebio kwame apenko akompreko enye obi ande bitima ba yesa nti ono so mechire wi ase nyina secret ono so ede yesa adwuma wi na bia insua na ama developing economies nyina intimi ename na eno so mpeja eno no ne mpenifo a mabobo mu di ngozi no ne ade ene mpenifo ka ho nyina dangote no mu nyina yeshia na ono mo akotwisa nkombi
aye so obeti Ghana nim
hopeful said you honor those invitations ama bibia akonani
yeah na ya de beti o man Ghana nim pa yo kwesi ye beda se papa ye kwesi kwatin lawyer pa private legal practitioner en kan no ye kasamafo de ma de Ministry of Education and I no twetwe nkomo se emre be mu a ye besan ba waso ya biom ne wa twetwe nkomo foforo yo okay odofo ye kwesi kwatin ene ne twetwe nkomo efa ye suspension of Chief Justice Mame Gertrude Saki Tokonu Mame enna ne me honye aboafo nkrato be yesi mame ba na ma bie phone lines now so watumi a kire wadwi biom the seed so na money egui in fact mame be phone line mame be phone lines na nsa mpachowa ofra odin tietie mu na wa kire ba bia ofra fi na o de wasem atudwa mesre se asem no ebefa enkomo a yedi ehu anase ya bobo hu ene enumre mesre papa 0240 550899 0240 mame kan messages was say where or say Alexander need the any say why where YouTube messages no why and or day infoni kakra bi so aba nana bafo akoto or say can no vote in can we trust more fire on also need the by Foster amenyo say we have Mark marked a year Dr. Baumia more than any candidate in the MPP. So Dr. Baumia must bear the flag on in the MPP 2028. Say amen. You also need the buy. Vera Clement also say Ken is good in other things, but he might not be a good leader for Ghana. Also not your channel. The NDC will use his own words against his presidential ambition. Also what you know what channel. Or say Alexander from the UK. Or say flag bearer. I want to know is MPP and NDC, are they using the constitution of Ghana? If yes, why does the NDC always go contrary to it? But Ghanaians don't see any problems with it. With them say lawyer Ebeyi Anka Obeyi Wano. Neville Edu ena ono atitibidiama eye Vera Clement ono so ne de odeba and say what makes you think the person you prefer will be a good leader? That's a good question for Ghana. What else would NDC use against him that the public isn't aware? Ghana in Samuel Kosu will be him. Samuel Kelly was also reply Vera Clement or say I do not see eye to eye with you with so much against Mahama he has been voted for. See what Baumie's wife and brother did against Dr. and Mr. Otibunsu. Please do let remember things. Samuel Kelly and also they need the anybody. My main na phone lines in blinking. Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Mpacho udini baby afrefi.
Daniel Mfrefi America.
Daniel Mpacho kasama me why?
Da wa se me juma ba ma ye. Me fie ma ba na wadi akiri.
Okay.
Me kakra mete efa ye ma me team versus. Asemono.
Yeah.
Me bitete wo boso kakra.
Yeah.
No kure ni Nyankopon ni. Ye ma mpendi fo. Omo disappoint ye. Ko ofe chief justice. Ejuma oye. Yen papa John Mahama obe maintain no. Wo de na ye ejuma no. Ye purutu nsema guna juma ama ye yinadi. Ya suspend no. Yes, transparent obi a ya pamono no. But o mutimi enka no kore no. Fe o mantani dada akufo ba ye no. Fe ni di o de bebu man no. O so ofa eni pa bi fi be bi. O mu nyam pitifo. Ono o mu nante ye. Eye fe. But ye ma me chief justice a o ma attack no no. Ye benya infest that by chisia no. Ye That's right.
Yo.
Media kakra no work on it.
Yo.
Inja man Yankopon.
Yo.
Dan any mucheno.
Yo, yate. Daniel, yeah, that's a power de fi abeka and a buy nyame isha wa ma kasa no ate. Nyame isha papa. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Mpacho, o frefi swodo udi ni say?
Me did
Bibi. Bibi swodo mpacho kasa ma me why?
President why na so be my minister.
Sir?
Wabontim papa.
Chese ya dia wadwire ho dada say oba obeyi na fi ho ene o ye no. Yo. Yeda se bibi so dia odi free ye swodro eba ye chia swodro for nyina. Yeah, hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Odini baby afrefi.
Atemkase fi.
Cape Coast. Mpacho odini say?
Odini James Nyama.
James Nyama. Ora Nyama kasamami.
Aba masamkanze mama so yi justice ni o kampani adewebe le kampa.
Mpacho kasa de kaka na mintunka.
Lesi mama yi justice ni o na de ibu ananga ko justice kampa. Ngani ngedi ejuma gana asi.
Nyama, Mateo question us. Mateo ase. Yo, yeah, that's it, Papa. You see, near 0240550899 me try mo course no na mpesa me kan say e betumi abase committee a omampani asset crop say yenhwe maame nsem na betumi aba say committee no ebeye recommendation say ehun hia say ebepam maame no. I mean, let's face that fact. But you see, ushe enyema president ankasa akeka, enyema president impenimfu akeka, eni ni eko na. Say obiso adwene eye no sa de we I think say the person is right. That's why we are talking like that. Hello?
Hello?
Yes sir, udini bebe afrefi. Domi Plateau udini say?
Nana Bankwa.
Nana Bankwa.
Aye.
Nana Bankwa paso kasamami.
I'm a person of when you're in life, man, it's a point that on post no of money, and a good of mine.
Or the money you are hearing to me, yes, you own.
I must my best with this plan to say. The almost changing man, and the only thing is the president here to be of my I will see from the I will take yet to the purpose.
That's right. That's right.
Somebody wants to come with you.
You nana abankwa medase pause ese esansam bra no se sa no mo ye de na ese esam bra no se ma mo di wi a etumi de ne ekọ eye court. Hello? Hello?
Yes sir.
Yes sir, udini be do afefi.
Because free domain.
Bacho udin.
Medindi medindi of amenu.
Hey, over menu na we fi udin. Bacho kasa mami.
Of amenu because free domain.
Yo over menu kasa mami. Yo kasa.
Na mi shamu pa.
Medasi.
Ona bonso de be Nyankopon na kudru no. Ye bon pai ma no.
Sharp.
Na Ghana mebunu so akomanda no so.
Sharp.
Na mi sha no. Ona boka na Agyapong na mi sha no pa.
Yo.
Ye no sna kan no.
Yo, over menu ya dasi se. Yo, ya dasi pa nya mi sha se wa boy abaso. Fufuro wa homa no so. Yeah, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Atom mama ona.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Udini ni ubebi afrefi.
Your family is Kasafi 37.
Pacho udinu.
Kweku otini Kasafi 37.
Ora kweku tin pacho kasa mami.
Yo mami ntia na mtia watie fu nyina.
Ya joso.
Mami pacho enna Mustafa Bandi.
Yeah.
Ya pelo ya bi ni bi kwenya. Tawoti ya omote petition ni kwa mmienu kwa aka na mkwan so a
Eba, yeah.
Ne Ghana for yen tinya de nko so pa ne se. So mama ma so be bi abo akatie bi ho bi Ghana for. Ye bi tiar 2016. No akatie no de boa eba.
Ti eya no wo ho.
Ghana for na ya den ya nyan kwa tin ye ko to aba ma ka pa ko ye wa ta de bi. If you are saying that next 4 years bi ye nyan de say bi eba no. Dinami.
Ebe bompae.
We we na me yese tise ba. Me we na me yese tise ba.
Na we prophet.
Jemensa dia me kan on media station de Jemensa de me ka dada me ka Jemensa de na mkwan so ba. Ade tia na Jemensa de ko to. Oti Jemensa de na mkwan so ba. Gana ye bompae na. Yin tuse na me.
Yo, prophet Kweku Otin also there who defeated 7 and by my fa next caller. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yes sir, Pacho udini be the ofrefi. Hello.
Yeah.
Pacho kasa den kakra udini be the ofrefi.
You film attack.
Pacho ufra na wakasa den na yate onka. Wa esa. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, mami udini be the ofrefi. Teshi. Yeah, frozen.
Mama, opposite Ghana.
But also udini the same.
It's your family.
Yao. Jina baby ye na okasa no na kasa menti unka.
Me friend.
Mpacho kasa.
Me your mama no officer me ku unda Ghana na oye dey. Na mami no
Mento kasa no eye yawo. Yawo facha me obetumi asan frebium na nse na wo pese obisa se maame no waye den. Me de minim nia maame na ye bese president se nkofo bi atwere krata de abre ne se ompamo maame no. Na nia maame na ye de obi ene ho no ma waka entino that is it. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah, odini bebe afrefi. Selena.
No, Mamprobi.
Ufrefi Pando.
Mamprobi.
Hey, Mamprobi. Selena Kasamame, why?
Yo, me paso, me estudian pasa mecánico. Yaman Penny. Why not doing say? Yo, Oba, or Pescoin, I'm not saying. You'll be at
So why not near oil?
Hello, Muslim.
Men kasa wo men tie TV no tie nia o kasa wo munum pacho why?
Na Oman Penny, what that means. Mammy, now when you left you on the internet, but you don't know why.
You Selena am say utie ohun ewo TV no so enye sa o yes onte emma conversation no enye very smooth misre opa obisa se maame no de na waye na yakan yenim na waye o mampani se enkrofo bi de krata brand se won pam no aha na ono so oye process no se ye be pam no na emma e wo Ghana ekra de na ehame because papa yi obi a obeka kire mu se ne running mate ye maame Professor Jane Nana Jane Mensa. Hey, always yes, Professor Agyapong. Yes. Niebedi ani Jane Mensa. Professor Nana Opoku Agyapong. So yo ba ntino Ghana for hwe so no monto abamma no wo ba ya nia wo de ye emani na emma groups ayedin wo man Ghana. Yo ifini so a ye de ba muso. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, boss. Udini be be afrefi.
Friend Prince Mr.
Prince Mpacho Kasamami, why?
I say more country, a general manager, a mother say. I say I want to know what the kaka. I won't say or passion on the book, but what for no so. Your passion on the book, a born no dear. It's your casa and in your stable, I come in your own suit. Yo, my for Japan because of how the parting that I come into. Yo. We are now, you can tell money come in.
Yo. Ora Prince, that's he said, Odi free Malam, a buy. Me fa, yeah, maybe the, yeah, mammy for to so. Yeah, hello? I'm Breno Ayabia, and it's hello? But what mean, hello? Hello? Oh, udemu enti kasa metio. Ya eja mpacho udini be bia frefi. Hello? Yeah, then. Okay. Nti nia ekoso no na je se ya na ye pe na abanisa sana opeso ochire manti udin ya mame for frefo o toso na se otwato mre na ye bia nisa hello. Yes, I udin ni bebe ofrefi
me frefi down so man
mpacho udin
frefi kofi
yeah bra kofi mpacho kasa mami
asema wo no se on se JB Central Region 4 na so hwi.
Okay.
Central Region 4. We say mami omfa no advice when we esi. And I feel mami we so mo pam no so Central Region. The Central Region 4 to abama NDC no we are very careful.
Oh, okay. Also there no yeah, Kofi. I think that is the angle you are coming from. Therefore, mesre say emre no ayebe mean to me emfa mame manu be 30 seconds last caller 30 seconds. Yeah, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, me ma 30 seconds. Emre na ye be.
Hello.
Yes, I will kasama me. Why?
Yeah. Evening.
Evening.
Me pacho, ye from akufo-addo, me free bubuash.
Hey, akufo-addo. Yo, bubuash for some more. Okay.
Yeah.
Yo.
Me pacho, your mama on Jerry.
Okay.
Ghana for. Young got the two kwasia.
Oh, Debbie. Yes, wa mama 30 seconds na odi say show no e dey amai. Nka obetumi aka wasem no in a different way. Yes, wa mama e ho ntiman. Eye akufo-addo. Menye sure say odi akufo-addo for ye omo nkasasa. Mesre wa. Rofo ye beda ase mo a mo hwe yen wo Facebook ene YouTube. Mo a mo hwe yen fi mo fiefie mu ene all other places. Ye beda mo ase say ene modi sa dwumedie we achi. Penifo ebo machi dom eye jando eye Justice Afu Kwesi Ninsi Bentay George Sakodie Focus Elikep ene ima ene penifo a edidi so ena omo eboa me the flag bearer metina edwom edi chiame nyame ya adomu a next week ye very serious topic a ene mu ebedi nkomo makra mu ebesen hia